right, first things up. Let's do the planner.
It's 11:30.
It's 11:30. Last month, so far I've kept up with this. It's only been 2 months though, so I can just barely get it in there. I don't want to lift it up anymore because otherwise it autofocuses all the time. But this is what January looked like. And again, you just flip up the pictures to read what's underneath. And then this is how February turned out. And I still have to add my picture for doing the Flosstube in here. But the general gist of it is done. And yeah, and that's how February turned out. It filled up really nicely. All of the information on the decorations and stuff is on Facebook or Instagram, but I used mostly Simply Stories. It's my favorite. I love Simple Stories. It's my favorite. They do a nice gamut of little kids stuff, which is not so much my thing, but they do a lot of grown-up stuff, and I like that. But anyways, so I got all my pictures done and all of my what I did on the stitching and that kind of stuff, so I can look back at it. And I'm really enjoying doing this. I do keep a daily journal and that kind of thing, but I don't really want to put that kind of detail in there because that one's more for family down the road. And so, most of this stuff will probably be way gone before I'm gone. So, anyways, and so all I have left to do is March, and I have a couple of notes to remember here. And I will, I'll be posting on Instagram and Facebook how I decorate this. But I haven't decorated it yet, obviously. So yeah, there is that. And again, I'm slowly working on the back. I'm not too worried about the back. It'll come together as it does. But I really am enjoying it. Not bad for like $5. Okay. Next thing that we've got going is I'm going to show a couple of, let's see. Well, let's do this so I can get it out of here. All right. So Lori Holt made me do it. I bought, what do they call these? Binding biased tape makers, something like that. I don't know. I didn't really pay attention to it, but I saw Lori Holt using these on her quilting applique video. If you can hear the rattling and stuff, it's the pellet stove. It is really cold right now. But so I thought I want one of those, but not for quilting or applique because I'm not quilting or appliquing. But I'm trying to make those little design board things that Lori Holt shows. And I tried her tutorial on folding it over and ironing it and then sewing it and that kind of stuff, and it worked all right. But then I saw her make bias tape for her applique stuff. I tried it twice. They're all right. And I thought, well, I'll order. They were cheap on Amazon. I don't know. I didn't pay very much for them. $6, I think. I'll put a link to my Amazon shop down below. It is an affiliate link, but you know how affiliates work. Basically, it doesn't cost you anything. I get pennies for coffee, and we all win. But I don't know how to use them really, other than watching her tutorial. But I'll have to figure out how wide to cut things and make them. But I thought maybe this one might work for that because hers were, I don't know, probably this one maybe. I don't know. Anyways, that's my haul, my Lori Holt made me do it haul. I did get some fabric and stuff, but I've already put it away, and I'm not gonna dig it out because I don't have a project for it. I needed to order some floss, and Lindsay at crossstitchsupply.com has a minimum free shipping order of $30. Well, I'm pretty close with floss, but if you're there, you should order fabric. And so I ordered a whole bunch of fabric too. But I'll put a picture of it here and you can see what I ordered. Okay, let's see. I don't know. Okay, well, I'll do this one first. I finished this about this time last year, and but I never fully finished it. I finished stitching it last year, and so I finally sat down and said, I'm going to start whipping out some of these finishes that I've got. I just, you can't even see where I fixed it. Or fully finish some of these things that I have floating around here. And I needed a new pin cushion for my floor stand, and so I turned it into a pin cushion pillow type thing. I filled it with the lizard litter walnut shell stuff, sewed it into a pillow, filled it with that stuff. Wow, that stuff is messy. I did line interface the Ada so that it wouldn't come through the Ada over time. And then I cut a slit in the back and filled it, and then I covered the slit. You can't really tell. I didn't do much decorations because it's just going to sit on my floor stand and I'm going to stick pins in it or needles and stuff in it. So that's how I finished it. But it's finished, and that was one of my very first stitches last year. I think I stitched it somewhere. April, I think, is what comes to mind. So I'm kind of tickled that I finally got that done. And then I don't know. Oh, wait, here it is. Okay, and then I don't know how to pronounce her shop name or anything like that, but this is the shop name on not on Etsy, but on Instagram. This is her Instagram handle, and then she's on Etsy. And this is a free chart. If you're trying to save it from my video, you're nuts. It's free. It's on her stuff. Go get it. And you can get a lot clearer. But I saw this, and I'm trying to do like a little tiny chart every month that I find, a little pop-up free chart or something like that. And this chart, she posted this chart, and I loved it because I saw scissors and it was about stitching. I thought, well, that'd be cute to sit on my tiered trays and stuff. But then I got to stitching it, and my son comes in and he goes, "Oh, I heart scissors. You heart scissors, Mom." And I didn't realize it looked like an eye until he said that, because I was looking at this one and I saw that thing. So I changed it a bit, and I turned the spool into an eye, and then it's got the heart. I left the scissors, and then I typed in stitched in pretty scissors, and that way I can put it with my scissor stand with all of my decorative scissors on it. And I still got to finish it and that kind of stuff. I'm not sure how I'm going to finish it because I kind of want it to hook to the stand somehow, maybe in a band or something, and goes around. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. That's why it's like this. But this was what the original picture was supposed to look like. And it was a needle and thread and that kind of stuff. I didn't stitch the buttons that were in the upper corners, but I don't think it looks like there's something missing. So I didn't know what to put there, and I didn't want to put buttons or anything. So anyways, so that was my little freebie extra stitch for the month of February. And I think it turned out really super cute. This is 20 count raw linen, I think. Ada. I don't know if it's it's Ada, but they call it raw linen, I think. Flax linen, flax something. Anyways, I get it at crossstitchsupply.com. I have a $5. I'm not an affiliate of Lindsay's, but and she don't know me from Adam, but I do have a $5 off coupon if you sign up to shop there, and I'll leave that down below. You don't have to use it. I don't care. I get reward points. It's not like cash, but well, I guess it kind of is, but I don't get paid. But you get $5 off if you've never shopped with her before, and that's a sweet deal. So $5 off and free shipping at $30. So I pretty much stalk her site and shop there. Anyway, she's got fast shipping, and that's why I shop there. I really don't care that her prices are good. I don't even know if her prices are the best or what. I don't care. When I place an order, boom, it's in my house in 3 days. It's amazing shipping. Anyways, that's where I got this linen, or Ada. So that was my extra stitch for the month of February. So let's move on to the planned stitching and see where we were and where we've come from and that kind of stuff. I will be right back.